You know, by comparison, this whole 10-10 thing now seems rather quaint. The president's push to wage the minimum wage to north of $10 an hour pales in comparison to what many in his own party have been pushing since, including New York Governor Andrew Cuomo, whose own wage push trumps them all, with a call for a minimum wage of $11.50 an hour in New York City, $10.50 in the rest of the Empire State. Cuomo says it's only fair and will be good for workers. But what about the folks who hire those workers? Employment expert Joni Courtney says forcing companies to pay more may do more harm to jobs than good. Good to see you. So you think this backfires?
Well, my concern is more for like the small businesses or mid-sized businesses that have already been forced to increase taxes, or they're starting to look at additional health care costs if they do offer it to their employees, if they have more than 50 employees. This can have a very big impact on their employees.
What do they do? Do they cut back on employees? Do they make them all part-time?
Well, they have a few options, right? So they can cut back on employees. Let's say, a small business that maybe even has a receptionist that pays that receptionist more around minimum wage. They may decide, do I really, need this position? Can I justify this position, or do I want to go with automated technology and maybe just
I've
get
heard
rid
that, though,
of
John. Here's the answer I get from a lot of liberals. They say, oh, that's always the bugaboo, and it never happens. In prior rate increases, we've never seen that happen to any widespread degree. Quit scaring people.
Well,
you say what?
It could happen. See, if for a small to medium-sized business that might already be strapped to invest and grow their business, they may have to make some hard choices and not be able to pay that person. Or even if they decide they will pay that person, they're going to need to figure out how are they going to pass that cost through to the consumer and ultimately protect their margins.
You know what I think they're doing, though? Part of the strategy is people who are for it don't even mind if those businesses go out, that other businesses will grow, that they'll thrive in this environment, more people will be hired, they'll spend more money, all will benefit. And if that's what happens in this Darwinian world of structured minimum wages, so be it.
Well, I'm all for wage growth. Certainly I think it's important that we look at raising wages, but I think it really needs to be driven by demand. It depends on the skill, the position, and there's many.
So Aetna doing this and hiking theirs to $16, that's one thing because their business is hot, competitive, the workforce very much in demand.
Absolutely.
Another thing for a McDonald's or Burger King.
Yeah, so Aetna has a strategy that they really want to have the best people. They want to recruit, they want to hire, they want to retain and engage their employees. So they're paying them more towards $16 an hour because they want to keep their people and they want to provide good customer service. That's a different strategy than just Burger King or McDonald's having to pay more. Their profit margins are going to go down. So ultimately, they're going to raise the price of that burger or drink. The consumer will
honor
feel
and the recognition of having the highest minimum wage in the country. Now, couldn't that also be like a scarlet letter? Businesses are going to say, the hell I'm going to be going to New York.
Well, businesses. Now, he does have some other things in the plan that maybe he's trying to pass through that could help businesses and maybe help a small business. But yes, that's going to impact them. So even though, as I said, I'm for raising wages, I think it really needs to be driven by, is it a hot skill,
I'm for a higher
technology,
minimum wage too, but there's got to be a way to do this, not a cavalier approach.
Just not across the board. Yes.
Joni Courtney, you know of which you speak. Thank you very, very much.
Thanks,
in the meantime,
Neil.
Good thing the markets were closed today because something went down in China that I'm telling you would have had them crashing today, at least early on. After this.